Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Commentary Hub's commentary of this Premier League game between Newcastle United and Aston Villa. My name is Anthony Thomas, and I will be guiding you through today's action. Okay, the two teams are just making their way out onto the St. James's Park pitch, a couple of minutes away from kickoff. Team news: Newcastle have made two changes from the team that beat Everton 3-1 in midweek. Jamal Lascelles, the captain, is out of the side with an illness, according to Eddie Howe. It's not COVID related, and he's being replaced by new centre-back Dan Burn. The replacement, Matt Targett, of course, on loan from Aston Villa, is ineligible for this game. He's been replaced by Javi Manquillo. So the Newcastle lineup: Dubravka in goal, Trippier, Manquillo, Cher, Burn, Willock, Shelvey, Joelinton. Forward three of Ryan Fraser, Chris Wood, and Alan Saint-Maximin. Just the one change for Aston Villa. Callum Chambers has come into the side to replace Ezri Konsa, who got sent off in a 3-3, very entertaining 3-3 draw with Leeds United. So Callum Chambers comes in to the centre-back role. He's partnering Tyrone Mings, Luca Dean, and Matty Cash, the fullbacks. Emi Martinez in goal. Midfield of John McGinn, Douglas Luiz, Jacob Ramsey, and then the front three: Emi Buendia, Ollie Watkins, and the very impressive Philippe Coutinho. He's been very impressive since he returned to the Premier League from his time with Barcelona, linking up, of course, with his former Liverpool teammate, Steven Gerrard, who's now, of course, in the dugout. Today's referee is Craig Pawson. His assistants, Lee Betts and Ian Hussin. Mike Deed is on fourth official duties. Players just going through their final pre-match rituals. Lots of handshakes, fist bumps. And we are just waiting for the referee's whistle. While we wait, I'll run you through the substitutes for Newcastle: Emil Kraft, Jacob Murphy, Miguel Almiron, Carl Darlow, Dwight Gale, Sean Longstaff, new signing Bruno Aguimarish, Paul Dummett, and Lucas de Bol. For Villa: Morgan Sanson, Ashley Young, Danny Ings, Robin Olsen, Courtney Hauser, Koni Chukwuemeka, Ben Chrisane, Tim Iragubonum, and Leon Bailey. Newcastle are going for their third consecutive Premier League win. They haven't achieved that since Rafael Benitez was the manager. It happened back in November 2018. But 3-1 win over Everton in midweek, an important 1-0 win over Leeds United a couple of weeks ago. Is this their opportunity? Is this their opportunity to get the third in a row? Players take the knee. And we're underway here at St. James's Park. An ever packed out St. James's Park. And immediately Newcastle, who are going from right to left as I look at it, are attacking. Joelinton finds Alan Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin, the ball ends up coming back to Joelinton, who gives it to John Joe Shelvey. John Joe Shelvey with a cross-field ball. Ryan Fraser battling away as well. Tyrone Mings' head is clear for Aston Villa. Claims of a handball there from Ryan Fraser, but Craig Pawson having nothing to do with it. And Newcastle try again. We've had no real spell of possession for Aston Villa yet. And the first foul of the game is committed against Javi Manquillo. Be a free kick for Newcastle. Wide on the left-hand side as they attack. Emi Buendia tried to bring him down first of all, but then John McGinn managed to do it the second time of asking. So a free kick to Newcastle. Wide on the left-hand side as I said, near to the halfway line. It's going to be Fabian Cher to take it. Aston Villa keeping a very, very high offside line, about 35 yards from their own goal. So we'll see what Cher can do with this. Whoever he picks out will have quite a lot still to do with it. Cher floats it in. Falls for Joe Linton. What can he do? No, referee's given. It's actually an offside given against Newcastle. Well, there you go. That's the benefits of that very high offside line from Aston Villa. As I was saying, Newcastle going for their third straight Premier League win, but they've not had much luck against Aston Villa recently. Villa are unbeaten in their last 7 against Newcastle. Emi Martinez launches the free kick forward. John Joe Shelby picks it up. He looks for Ryan Fraser, but his through ball is overhit. Tidied up there by Mings, who finds Martinez. Beautiful ball by Martinez to find Cash. But Joe Linton gets a foot in. And in fact, he's won the throw-in. So the assistant to judge that to have come last off Matty Cash didn't look like that from my view, but that's the decision. Poor attempted clearance from Martin Dubravka. Goes straight to the dangerous Emi Buendia. And now here come Aston Villa, their first meaningful possession of the game inside the Newcastle half. Coutinho tries to thread the ball through. They have 2 Villa players trying to run onto it. Luca Dean and Joe Willock Luca Dean and Jacob Ramsey both going for the same ball there and got each other's way. And it went harmlessly out for a Newcastle goal kick. 3 minutes gone so far in the game. Here on the commentary hub. Newcastle lying 17th place, but in their best form so far of the season. Aston Villa in a much healthier 11th position. Of course, both sides changed their managers around within just a few days of each other. Eddie Howe replacing Steve Bruce and Steven Gerrard in for Dean Smith. Both teams really have picked up since then. We've got a head injury. The referee has stopped the game. I'll just try and see who is down. Immediately the game is started. I think we may have quite a lengthy stoppage here. I still cannot see who is down, unfortunately. I'll try and bring that to you as soon as I can. It's Chris. No, it's Kieran Trippier and Chris Wood went captain for the day. Kieran Trippier has so far done more damage to his own teammates than to the opposition. And not an ideal start for Eddie Howe's men. Chris Wood, of course, looking for his first Newcastle goal since arriving from Burnley. But he's not looking great so far. Of course, all precautions have to be taken with hand injuries, so let's hope it's not as bad. No, let's hope it's not as bad as it looks. Thankfully, the players don't seem to be in too much distress. That's always a good sign. No sign of any substitutes trying to warm up for Newcastle at the moment. As I said, Aston Villa have a good recent record against Newcastle, but they haven't actually done the double over the Magpies since the 2004-05 season. David O'Leary was the manager back then. It's been quite a lot of draws, quite a lot of tight games between these two sides in recent years. And hopefully, if their recent form is anything to go by, we should be in for a really cracking game. It's a really exciting 3-3 draw that Villa had with Leeds United in midweek, and an entertaining clash with Everton for Newcastle. They came out 3-1 winners, and thankfully Chris Wood, New Zealand striker, is back on his feet. I think it was actually a clash of heads with Trippier. I'm just seeing a replay of it now. Chris Wood walking off, assisted by 2 Newcastle physios. And He immediately looks out to the pitch as if he wants to come back on. I think if all the assessments have been passed, he'll be able to do that shortly. But we're back underway. Ball launched forward by Newcastle into the Villa half, but harmlessly out of play. And Matty Cash gets the action underway again for Villa, who are in no hurry in these early stages. The ball back with Martinez, who finds Mings to the short pass. Mings now brings it forward, linking up with Ramsey. Ramsey again. Tries to work it down the left wing, but in the end he's forced out to play. Newcastle throw in. Newcastle not giving the Villa players any space to work anything early on. They've got some dangerous players, the likes of Ramsey and Coutinho, of course. They will do well to stay tight to them for the full 90 minutes. Callum Chambers on the ball, and he decides to play it safe and takes a 1-2 from Martinez. This time he goes long with Joe Linton chasing him. A bit too long, and it's cut out by Dan Burn. It's nearly won back by Philippe Coutinho, but his charge down goes out of play. Javi Manquillo to take the throw in for Newcastle. We've got just over 8 minutes gone in this game. We're already guaranteed a fair bit of added time at the end of this half, but still a long way to go before we have to worry about that. And Aston Villa have won a free kick in a fairly dangerous area, about 25 to 30 yards from goal. On the right-hand side as they're attacking, that's the near side as I'm looking at it. Dan Burn adjudged to have fouled Philippe Coutinho on his first start since moving from Brighton and Hove Albion. 2 Villa players over the ball. John McGinn and Douglas Luiz want this one. Luiz swings it in, but he's overcooked it a little bit. And running in was Luca Dean to try and keep it in play, but no, he managed to evade everyone with the free kick, and it's gone harmlessly out of play. I think McGinn might be taking the next one. You're listening to the commentary hub. We've nearly at the 10-minute mark in this game. 0-0 between Newcastle United and Aston Villa. No real goal mouth action to speak of as of yet. Luca Dean plays long through ball, looking for Ollie Watkins. Cut out by Fabian Shea, who plays it out for a throw-in. Plenty of players forward. They go throw in about 15 yards from the touchline, from the goal line. Ramsey finds Mings to Dean. Knee work by Villa on the wing. Let's see what Ramsey can do now. He goes in field. Back to Chambers. John McGinn collects it on the halfway line and looks to go forward again. Dean trying to find Ramsey, but it's taken well by Martin Dubravka. The first thing of note that the Newcastle goalkeeper has had to do in this game. Very commanding. Goes out and claims the ball before the threat of Watkins could be any more than that. Joe Linton now for Newcastle. He takes it from Saint-Maximin to Shelby. And Newcastle work it back to Martin Dubravka. Both teams looking to play the ball short as often as they can and play out from the back, as is quite common nowadays. And then they knock it forward. Joe Linton on the halfway line now. Bit of a heavy touch from him. And Emi Buendia steals the ball off him, but then plays a poor attempted pass to Douglas Luiz, who cannot keep it in. So on this near touchline, and just inside the Aston Villa half, we're having a throw in to Newcastle United, taken by Manquillo, who finds Saint-Maximin. He believes he was fouled, Referee says that Douglas Luiz did absolutely nothing wrong, and now Joe Linton is tangling with John McGinn, and this time the referee, Craig Pawson, does blow for a foul. Taken by Douglas Luiz. Tyrone Mings forward to Luca Dean. Luca Dean in a bit of space down the wing. Ryan Fraser tracking him now. Dean takes the safe option and goes back to Mings. Across to his centre-back partner, Callum Chambers. Joined Villa from Arsenal and just recently. McGinn again trying the long ball, but it's cut out, and now Shelby looks for Fraser. Fraser on the wing. What can he do with here? Good crossing opportunity. Fraser comes in, but it's taken well by Martinez, who is now shouting at his players, trying to keep them, to calm them down, I should say. First real killer ball of the afternoon played forward to Ryan Fraser. And Chris Wood and Saint-Maximin were in the box. He went for Chris Wood at the near post, but Martinez was well aware of the danger. First real time that the crowd woke up this afternoon where they saw that through ball through to Ryan Fraser, but no real problem for the Villa goalkeeper. Here comes Aston Villa now. Matt Targett on the right wing. He comes inside to John McGinn. McGinn to Coutinho. What can he do? Gets away from Joe Linton and finds Matty Cash. Buendia tries to find a through ball into Watkins, but it's cut out. Hefty challenge now by John Joe Shelby on Buendia, and Joe Linton comes away, tries to find Saint-Maximin, but the ball is cut out by McGinn. No space either for Saint-Maximin to work into. These real danger men on both sides, the likes of Coutinho and Saint-Maximin being given absolutely no space by either defence. No real space for anyone to run or create a bit of magic so far in this game. Newcastle with the ball back, and that's one for Chris Wood to chase. But again, through ball, well overhit. No trouble for the Villa goalkeeper, bedecked in yellow. Both sides wearing their home kits today. Newcastle in the black and white stripes, black shorts, black and white socks. Aston Villa coming forward now in their claret and blue. Jacob Ramsey finds Dean, back to Ramsey. First time cross, cut out by John Joe Shelby. And Newcastle are claiming a goal kick. Shelby, from my position, it looks exactly like it should be a corner kick for Aston Villa. Shelby looks aghast that the decision has gone against him. Very difficult to tell. The ball was bobbling around, but the referee has given an Aston Villa corner. The first corner for either side in this game. Watkins is in the box. Tyrone Mings is up there. Buendia as well. Let's see what we could do with this corner. In it comes now. Again, overhit. The set pieces in this game so far have been nothing to write home about. Douglas Luiz, the guilty party there, overhitting again. He was at fault for overhit free kick a few minutes ago, and he's done the same now with his first corner. Quarter of an hour of the match in the book so far. Let's hope I haven't put the commentator curse on this game by saying we're in for a real entertaining encounter. Chris Wood wings the header. Now Saint-Maximin takes it from Ryan Fraser. Again, a heavy touch, and it's cut out by Matty Cash, has Saint-Maximin chasing him, but manages to get the ball away, but it's cut out. Here's Joe Linton on the halfway line. What can he do? Finds Fraser. Back to Joe Linton. This time he spreads the ball out wide to Manquillo. Inside to Joe Linton. Pressured by Buendia. Brazilian against Argentinian there. Now in comes... Oh, the ball was threaded through nicely to Joe Willock. Couldn't quite take it in his strides. And Aston Villa survive. Newcastle come again now. Shelby. Now Fraser. Fraser has space to turn. Oh, he had space and time to pick out a pass there, but he went for the wrong option. He played it behind Joe Linton. And Javi Manquillo on the left wing has to tidy up. And eventually Newcastle are forced to go back. Kieran Trippier. Inside to Fabian Schär. He goes back to Trippier on the wing. Oh, Trippier gets that one all wrong. Completely fails to control the ball. And Aston Villa recovers. Tyrone Mings now in his own area under a little bit of pressure. Able to stay cool and finds Luca Keane, who at the second time of asking manages to get it clear under a lot of pressure. Chris Wood on the wing. Links up Kieran Trippier. Now what can he do with it this time? Tries to beat one and cannot be second about it. And it's cleared. Oh, very bad clearance in fact by Aston Villa. And eventually, from about 25 yards out, Emi Buendia runs back and heads the ball back to his goalkeeper Martinez. Very scrappy defending when Newcastle weren't really forcing too much pressure on the Villa defence. And again, a short goal kick from Martinez is cut out by Joe Linton. Matty Cash now. And the ball is knocked long by Callum Chambers looking for Ollie Watkins. Cut out by Dan Burn. Towering presence of Burn. I believe the shortest outfield player and the tallest outfield player in the Premier League now on the same side, Ryan Fraser and Dan Burn. Not sure how often that's happened in Premier League history. Tyrone Mings brings the ball forward away from the diminutive Fraser. Finds Watkins. Watkins to McGinn. He releases Matty Cash down the wing. Cash tries to cross first time, but he was well shepherded by Manquillo. And the ball finds its way into the gloves of Martin Dubrow. He rolls the ball out to Dan Burn and links up with his centre-back partner, Fabian Schär. Kieran Trippier goes long. It's forward to Chris Wood. What can he do? Can he find the maximum? No. Instead, Chris Wood maintains position, then goes to Fraser. No one in the box for Newcastle. He's found his way to Chris Wood again, who goes into the box. And now Willock. Joe Willock shots from 20 yards out, harmlessly over the bar. First real attempt in anger by either side after 90 minutes. Again, a bit sloppy in defence from Aston Villa. They're not able to clear their lines well. And a bit of a snapshot first time from Willock, who tries to curl into the top corner, but gets it a bit wrong. It goes high and wide over the bar. Fabian Schär is down now for Newcastle, and he seems to have a small cut near to his eye. So he's requiring, I should say, easy for me to say, a little bit of treatment. Fabian Schär, one of Switzerland's regulars at Euro 2020 last summer, where of course they beat world champions France in the last 16, made 4 appearances in their 5 matches. I think he just needs a little bit of a patch up here, and then we'll be ready to get underway again. Just like we would earlier, all the precautions have to be taken when it comes to head injuries. Schär has a bit of blood on his shirt. He's now sporting a lovely white bandage around his head. And he's being forced off by the referee. So a little bit of blood on his shirt. Of course, protocol dictates that you must change your shirt in those circumstances. Kitman has dug spare one out the back. Mike Dean just having a word with Schär as he redresses. And for the moment, we're continuing with Newcastle down a man. Tyrone Mings brings the ball over the halfway line, then knocks it long, looking for targets, but it's well cut out by Manquillo. Throw into Aston Villa. 10 yards from the goal line, on this near side as I look at it, on their right wing as they attack. Matty Cash looking for options, and he finds Emi Buendia in the corner. But it's a ball stolen off him by Sam Maximan, who finds Joe Linton, and then target fouls the big Brazilian. Free kick to Newcastle United. Joe Linton, who has had his issues, to say the least, in a Newcastle shirt. He's joining from Hoffenheim back in summer of 2019. But he has looked, newborn, really. Reborn, I should say, under Eddie Howe, who's put him in central midfield role, or the lead to the left of centre in that midfield three. He's looking far more dangerous than he ever did when he was playing in the number 9 role, wearing that famous shirt, which maybe was a bit of a burden for him. Callum Chambers relieves pressure on his own defence, knocks the ball over the halfway line. And now Ryan Fraser, what can he do? He's on the edge of the box, he finds Sam Maximan. He overhits it again, and John McGinn manages to recover for Villa. And Villa are intent on trying to pass their way out of trouble. Eventually McGinn manages to get the ball clear. John Joe Shelby fouled by Ollie Watkins. Just inside the Aston Villa half, in a central position. A very difficult one for someone to try to find someone in the box. But let's see what Kieran Trippier can do with this. Again, Aston Villa are going to that high line, about 20, 25 yards out this time, the offside line. Byrne is up there, Joe Linton's up there. The Trippier goes short to Shelby, who puts it in. Joe Linton's there, but there's no one ready to gather Joe Linton's knockdown. And it goes up as far as Sam Maximan. So Maximan now into the box, chips it in. Halfway by Chambers. Joe Linton on the edge of the box. And now finally away by Philippe Coutinho. But Newcastle keep coming. Cher launched it forward. Martinez is coming and he collects. A good take there by the Villa goalkeeper. The tangle between Watkins and Fraser, or Watson Trippier, I should say. Watson and Trippier, as they tried to both went for Martinez's goal kick. Free kick to Newcastle in their own half. Cher as well, waiting for his teammates to work their way forward before he launches this one. In it comes now, looking for Dan Byrne, but cleared away by Aston Villa. Out to Watkins. Throw into Villa, taken quickly by Coutinho. He's found Watkins again. He's not got much space to work it down the wing, but he's fending off the challenges of Cher and Trippier. And he's won the free kick. Free kick to Aston Villa, down by the corner flag on the far side, on the Aston Villa left wing. A bit of shirt pulling there by Trippier. And eventually Watkins goes down under the challenge. So another opportunity now for Villa to get a good ball into the box. They had waited a couple of opportunities, a couple of Douglas Luiz taken opportunities. Luca Dean seems to be giving the ball a bit more attention. It might be his opportunity now to see what he can do. Chambers, Watkins, Mings, all in the box. John McGinn hopping around the edge of the box, Ramsey, Deer in there too. It will be Dean. Dean now with the ball in. Mings is there. McGinn is there, but it's cut out by Sam Maximan, who retrieves his own clearance. Sam Maximan running, trying to beat McGinn. And McGinn saved him well and tackled him. Oh no, he's fouled him. The two were tussling, and Craig Pawson suggests there's a little bit of shirt pulling going on there. And Joe Linton looks, oh, he almost managed to pick out Fraser, who was well cut out by Luiz. Joe Willock in a bit of space on the Newcastle right wing. What can he do with this? He finds Fraser. Back to Willock. But then Willock cannot take Fraser's ball under his spell. And Aston Villa relieve the tension. They relieve the pressure. Willock again now inside the Villa half. And Fraser on the wing. What can Fraser do with this one? In comes the cross, looking for Chris Wood. Oh! Onto the head of Chris Wood. But he cannot quite direct it as he wanted. And the ball goes wide to the left-hand side of Martinez's goal. But that was better from Fraser. He's overhit or underhit a couple of balls so far today. There was Chris Wood just could not get over the top of it. He's a tall man. He loves those headed opportunities, but he just couldn't get high enough to turn that into a real chance. Header from about 12, 15 yards out from the centre of the Villa goal. So Villa surviving. The pressure that Newcastle are pushing them under. Newcastle really aren't making the most of the pressure that they put onto the at least into the Villa half. They haven't had many chances on goal. They want to do better in that final third if they're to get a third Premier League win in succession. Cher and Trippier combined on the wing. It's cut out by now Aston Villa have an opportunity. Ollie Watkins, he's looking for Ramsey, and again, it's not for the first time where Ramsey and one of his teammates, I believe it was Buendia again, have kind of got in each other's way. That time they sort of left it for each other rather than both going for the same ball. Not what Steven Gerrard wants to see from his players in the final third of the pitch. Ball goes out harmlessly for a goal kick. And this time Dubravka goes long onto the head of Chris Wood. He can't bring it down. Cash goes forward. John McGinn on the halfway line. And he's forced out by Joe Linton. The referee gives the burn to Aston Villa. The Geordies in the crowd weren't too happy about that one, but it did look like a good decision from the referee. Villa decided to build slowly. Back with Tyrone Mings. He finds Callum Chambers. And the two centre-backs still linking up as the Newcastle front three were putting some pressure on them. Cash has to be careful here where he was kind of running right into the danger, but managed to pick out his goalkeeper. And Villa are determined, I was going to say they're determined not to go long here, but eventually Chambers does. But they do go long, but very soon it's worked its way, the ball works its way back to the Villa goalkeeper. Martinez on the ball again. Ball stolen by Newcastle. Here's Willock. Willock into the box. What can he do? Take the shots. And Tyrone Mings managed to get something on it. But here's Saint-Maximin. Wood now. Wood out to Nakio. Saint-Maximin being forced the long way around. Saint-Maximin tries to put the ball in, but it's a poor attempt to cross. Joe Linton and Buendia tussling for the ball now. Play on to the referee, Saint-Maximin. Douglas Luiz takes it from him. And Lucas Dean plays the ball down the wing, trying to find Watkins. He's beaten to it by Fabian Cher. Newcastle coming again. John Joe Shelby on the halfway line. Sam-Maximin through the middle. Now Joe Willock. Now Joe, what's he going to do? Can he have a shot from here? Tries to take over. Yeah, it's got to be a foul. It's either a foul or a terrible dive. What's the referee's doing? He's given a penalty. He's given a penalty to Newcastle United. The Aston Villa players are absolutely incensed. But it looked from the first glance that it was a penalty. Joe Willock brings the ball. He tries to take on Callum Chambers. I'm just seeing the replay now, and it looks as if the foul actually took place outside the penalty area. It was right on the edge. I'm sure this one is going to get looked at by VAR. Willock took the ball well from Saint-Maximin, and there was contact from Callum Chambers, but it does seem like it was just outside the area. Let's see what happens here. Will Craig Forster be asked to look at this again? The Aston Villa players are still complaining about other fouls or suggested fouls, and now the VAR is having a look at this, and I'm looking at a still image here where the foul does seem to be outside the penalty area. This is going to be overturned surely. Now Craig Fawcett is speaking to the VAR, clearly in dialogue with him. What does he? Yeah, he's going to have a look at the monitor. He's going to have a look at the monitor, and we know from all other Premier League matches, we know what happens in this situation. The decision gets overturned. Now the Newcastle supporters are showing their disapproval, or voicing their disapproval. And in fact, the referee is not going to go. He's not going to go to the monitor. He's just awarded a free kick. So the ball has been placed on the edge of the box. Kieran Trippier and John Joe Shelby are over it. You might still be aware before this is taken. We've reached the 34th minute of the game now. The referee has his magic spray out and is drawing his line for the Villa players to stand behind. And it looks as if, oh, well, we've got nobody stood over the ball really for Newcastle at the moment. But Kieran Trippier and John Joe Shelby are in discussion. Trippier, of course, scored his first goal for Newcastle from a free kick, from a direct free kick in that 3-1 win over Everton in midweek. So he must be the favourite for this one, up against Emi Martinez. Trippier gets ready. Now he's placed the ball. John McGinn has drawn the short straw, and he's laying down behind the Aston Villa wall. When the ball is only 18 and a half yards out, it might be easier to try and bend it around the wall rather than going over the top. Let's see. John Joe Shelby is also in position ready to blast this one, Roberto Carlos style, but I'm sure this will be Trippier's. We've got Chris Wood and Fabian Schär making a second ball for Newcastle to try and trick Martinez. Let's see. Here comes Trippier now. Takes it. Is it? Kick. He's again. Kieran Trippier, the captain for the day, has scored his second direct free kick for Newcastle United in as many games. Excellent free kick. Just too much pace, too much power in it for Martinez. I think it went straight through the wall. The Kieran Trippier, whose most famous goal of all was a World Cup semi-final free kick for England in 2018, is doing it again now in his return to the Premier League. And Emi Buendia was on the edge of the wall, and he seemed to be at fault. He let the ball kind of go through him. He created the gap, and Trippier found it. He kept it low. Oh, it deflected. It deflected off Buendia and was too much for Martinez to handle. Anyhow, absolutely delighted. And we have a new favourite on Tyneside, Kieran Trippier, signed from Atletico Madrid after his spells with Tottenham and Burnley in the Premier League a few years ago. Now he's the real favourite of the Geordies too. It's Newcastle United 1, Aston Villa 0. We're approaching 36 minutes gone here in St James's Park. Let's see how Aston Villa can respond. Matty Cash. He's tangled with Manquillo, who himself has gone down, holding his leg. Seems to be in some discomfort. It might be a bash of knees or a twisted ankle on landing there as the two of them went for the ball. I think an awkward landing there from Manquillo. The Newcastle physio is getting his money's worth today. It's really early. Third Newcastle player down already in this half. Kieran Trippier went for, just seeing a replay of that free kick, he went for power. And then the deflection off Buendia is what beat Martinez. I think it may have been going straight to Martinez had it not taken the deflection. But that's by the by now. Newcastle will not care one jot. They are leading again under Eddie Howe. Let's see if they can hold out. And Keo is still down. Just getting to his feet now, it seems. Toggling a little bit, but I think he might be okay to continue in a minute or two. Let's see what Eddie Howe will decide. Probably one of those ones where he'll give it to half time and see how he feels. Eventually, Newcastle will take a throw-in inside their own half. Here it comes now. Launched over the halfway line looking for Chris Wood. He knocks it down, but to nobody in particular, and it's collected by Tyrone Mings. Mings' pass to Dean is a bit overhit, giving Fraser the opportunity to go for it, but Fraser just manages to catch Dean and concede. He concedes a throw, in fact. Possibly should have been free kick. It's been a bit of a laissez-faire approach for Aston Villa. The ball's been stolen again. Now Saint-Maximin collects it from Wood. Saint-Maximin, what can he do? It's making space for the shot. Can't find any. Goes a long way around again. Saint-Maximin. He tries. He probably should have given it to Joe Linton inside, and eventually Buendia catches him. And Buendia tussling with Joe Linton. That's surely a foul, and probably going to be a yellow card for Joe Linton. Yes, it is. Craig Pawson with the yellow card out straight away. Very clear and obvious shirt pulling there by Joe Linton. But again, Aston Villa are getting caught out with some rather lackadaisical defending. Giving the ball away and being robbed of possession in their own half of the pitch. But Newcastle not managing to capitalise there again. So Maximan tried to do it all on his own. And in the end, gave the ball away and Joe Linton committed the foul. So here comes Aston Villa. We're 6 minutes away from half time. But then I'm sure we're going to have plenty added on. Douglas Luiz finds Coutinho. Coutinho into Ramsey. Ramsey just managed to prevent the ball going out for a goal kick. But in doing so, all he could do was concede the throw-in. Philippe Coutinho has been kept fairly quiet so far. And Ramsey has not had the best 40 minutes of football he's ever played either. It's probably when those two are being kept out of the game, that's arguably why Aston Villa are a goal down in this one. They've not had anything to throw at Martin Dubravka, really. They're coming again now. Callum Chambers to Tyrone Mings. And again, Aston Villa decide just to slow it down. But here comes Chambers bringing the ball over the halfway line. Now into Coutinho. Coutinho with a little bit of space finally to work in. Let's see what he can do. Shelby is up against him. Goes to Buendia. Out to Cash on the wing. Inside to McGinn. Back out to Cash. Cross comes in, deflected again, and that could have gone absolutely anywhere, but Ryan Fraser manages to clear it for Newcastle. Back to the wall stuff there for Newcastle. And Philippe Coutinho manages to get into a little bit of space, and that's the most trouble that Newcastle defence have looked under for quite some time. Ramsey into Watkins. Watkins turns, it goes to Cash. Cash into the penalty area, takes a poor touch, and Joe Linton manages to tackle him before he can do anything with it. Advantage played after a tackle on late foul on Joe Linton, and then another foul committed by John McGinn, and he has forced Craig Pawson to get the yellow card out of his pocket. Foul on Joe Linton. So the two players who have been booked for late challenges. I was going to say on one another, but no, it was McGinn on Joe Linton after Joe Linton's on McGinn a couple of minutes ago. John McGinn cutting a frustrated figure, trying to rally his troops again. Dubravka will take the free kick, about 35 yards from his own goal. He looks for Chris Wood. Cut out by Callum Chambers. Falls to Ollie Watkins. Watkins linking up with Bendia. And now Newcastle will come again. Here's Chris Wood. Chris Wood into the box. Tries a long-range effort. Gets it all wrong. Another one high and wide over Martinez's goal. The space just opened up there again for Chris Wood. Again, Aston Villa caught out in their own half. It was Douglas Luiz that time, tackled by Joe Willock. The ball then fell perfectly to Chris Wood, who had space to run into, but he couldn't do anything with it. His shot high and wide over Martinez's goal. We're approaching half-time here on the commentary hub at St. James's Park. 1-0 to Newcastle United. And after John Joe Shelby's attempted pass out to Kieran Trippier on the wing goes, gets overhit. It's a throw in to Aston Villa. Coutinho was the target on the halfway line, dropped the long ball, but cut out again. And for a second time by Dan Burn. Joe Linton picks it up on the wing. He just about manages to find Saint-Maximin when he was under a lot of pressure. Saint-Maximin just, again, one of the most awkward 1-2s you'll ever see, but Joe Linton gets away with it. Out Trippier. Cher finds Trippier again, and they link up once more. Cher back now to Dubravka. Offside given against Chris Wood. And here come Aston Villa again. Chambers again, he's looking for those more attacking opportunities, bringing the ball over the halfway line. Now catches the area, cut out by Menchio and gathered by Dubravka. I don't remember Aston Villa having a single shot in this half. I'll have to check those stats for you at halftime. I can't remember anything Dubravka's had to do other than a few goal kicks, the odd free kick, and having to gather the ball as he did just there, preventing the corner. 45 minutes are up. Just waiting to see how many minutes were added on. It's 5. 5 minutes added on at the end of the first half. Mike Deed holding up his board. Don't see that every day. We've had 3 Newcastle players down with injuries. And of course, we had the VAR for the additional penalty, of course. We've turned over to a free kick. Not that it made any difference at all. Kieran Trippier taking the chance with aplomb. We're just over 30 seconds into those 5. A minimum of 5 added on. Aston Villa in possession inside their own half. The 2 centre-backs, Mings and Chambers, linking up again. I think Steven Gerrard will want to see a bit more of an attacking intent from his players in the second 45. Coutinho comes deep, collects it and gives it to Douglas Luiz. Coutinho now linking up with Ramsey. This is better from Aston Villa. Ramsey into Luiz. Cash on the wing again, inside the area. Now in from Luiz, it falls. Who's it going to go to? Oh, it's evaded everyone. And eventually Ryan Fraser had to turn it over his own goal line for an Aston Villa corner. Floated ball in from Luiz, wasn't really cut out. Shelby missed it. Cher missed it, and eventually Fraser got a touch on it before he fell. And now here's John McGinn at the edge of the box. What can he do? He takes a shot, and it's deflected. Oh! Aston Villa took a short goal kick and played it to John McGinn, who was on the edge of the area, completely unmarked, and his first time effort was deflected wide by the outstretched leg of Dan Burn. There we go. That's probably Villa's best opportunity of the game so far. This time it'll be McGinn to take the corner from the opposite side, on this near side, as I look at it. Referee just having words with Buendia and Manquillo before the ball comes in. The Villa players right on top of Martin Dubravka, putting him under as much pressure as they possibly can. Buendia and Manquillo are still tussling. Now Cher and Watkins going at it. In comes the ball. It's going to have to be retaken. Craig Pawson spotted that tussling from the Mings and Cher. He's also having a word with Douglas Luiz. I think Javi Manquillo was suggesting that Craig Pawson go and have a look at something here. There's lots of pushing and shoving, but nothing else that I can see from that exchange. The referee's still trying to calm everybody down. We've had 3 minutes of the original 5, but we could have a little bit more than that. Finally, here comes the corner from McGinn. Ian Swinger. Over it comes now. At the back post is Tyrone Mings. And he tries, I'm not sure if he tried there to knock it back into the middle or if he was going for the shot himself. Either way, it was overhit and goes out of play for a Newcastle goal kick. First couple of attempts of note from Aston Villa, both coming in stoppage time. And it looks like we will have our first substitution of the game. The answer was no. Javi Manquillo could not withstand the knock that he took. He couldn't see us out till half time. So Manquillo is coming off, and back on, returning to the side, is Paul Dummett. Paul Dummett back in the fold and back in the action. It's just his third Premier League appearance of the season, Paul Dummett. A local lad. We've got 30 seconds of the original 5 left as Martin Dubravka's goal kick is jostled for a bit of head tennis now on the halfway line. Eventually knocked forward for Chris Wood to chase. Wood and Martinez beats it. Oh, Mings managed to beat Martinez to the ball. Martinez came out of his area to collect the ball, to head it clear, rather. And Tyrone Mings didn't see him coming, and Mings headed the ball over his goalkeeper, and it goes out for a corner, but that could have easily have gone horribly, horribly wrong for Aston Villa. Mings could have easily turned that ball into his own net. The two have words with each other. I'm not sure who exactly was to blame. I don't know if Martinez really needs to come right out of his area for that one. But here comes Ryan Fraser with the resulting corner. Joe Cher is in there. Joe Linton's in there. And now John McGinn gets it clear. Cuts out. Coutinho again. Cher cuts it out a second time. But now Watkins. Oh, Watkins was driving forward to get onto the end of that, but he couldn't quite gather it. He could have been away. But now Saint-Maximin is coming forward. Alan Saint-Maximin, he's got no support around him. Not that he often needs it. Shelby coming in support now. He finds him. John Joe Shelby. What can he do? Drives it. He drove it across the face of goal, hoping that Chris Wood might be able to run and turn it in, but nothing doing there. And that is the final action of the first half. And Newcastle United are 45 minutes away from just their fourth Premier League win of the season and their third straight victory. They have not achieved that since 2018. Let's see how Aston Villa can respond in the second half. I'm Anthony Thomas. Thank you for joining me on the commentary hub for this first half. We'll look forward to seeing you for the second half in a few minutes' time. Welcome back to St James's Park for the Commentary Hub's coverage of this Premier League match between Newcastle United and Aston Villa. 1-0 to the home side, courtesy of a Kieran Trippier free kick. I'm Anthony Thomas, and I'll be taking you through the second 45 minutes. No changes, so you can see no changes for either side at half time. The last players making their way out onto the pitch. Craig Pawson is just checking that everything is in order. Aston Villa will be kicking off the second half, going from right to left as the cameras look at it. Reminder that the only change in the match so far, Paul Dummett came on to replace Javi Manquillo. Aston Villa get us underway. And immediately Luca Dean tries to come forward. Stolen by Joe Willock. He finds Ramsey. Back to Willock on the wing. Can't take it quite in his stride. Brian Fraser overlaps him, but he cannot find him. He goes back to Trippier. Coutinho now forward. Philippe Coutinho looking for Ollie Watkins. Now Buendia into the box. Matty Cash into space on the right wing. Tries to drive it forward, but Dan Burn is there to collect it. Aston Villa out with Tyrone Mings. He finds John McGinn. John McGinn on the halfway line. Back to Matty Cash now. So just running through the 11s as they start the moment to Bradbury in goal for Newcastle. Back forward, Dummett, Share, Byrne and Trippier. Midfield three of Willock, Shelby and Joe Linton, who's on a yellow card. Sam Maximan, Wood and Fraser are the front three. And for Aston Villa, Martinez in goal, Dean, Mings, Chambers and Cash. Back four in midfield, Ramsey, Douglas Luiz and John McGinn, who has also been carded. And in attack, Coutinho and Buendia, wide of Ollie Watkins, the central striker. Kieran Trippier is on the deck. And he's requiring a bit of medical attention. I didn't quite see what happened to him there. And immediately, Emil Kraft is coming on to replace Trippier. So it looks like a bad knock. It looks like they knew. I'm sure at halftime, Trippier said he was carrying something. And he's come straight off. So Emil Kraft is on for Kieran Trippier. And they really didn't take too much time to decide what the problem was there. Didn't give Trippier an opportunity to run it off. So it must have been, I guess it was a recurrence of the knock that he took in the previous game against Everton, where he was also forced off. So hopefully it's not going to be a long-term thing for Kieran Trippier, judging by the fact that he's been so crucial for Newcastle's turn around. Of course, arriving for a big sum from Atletico Madrid in January. So Emil Kraft has replaced Kieran Trippier. So the two Newcastle fullbacks have already been changed. A lot of onus on the attackers now. Stay healthy, stay fit for the full 90 because Eddie Howe doesn't have many more changes to make. Stephen Gerrard still has all his substitutes available. We're nearly 4 minutes gone in this half. Martin Dubravka wide on the wing inside his own half, launches free kick down, and Joe Linton gathers it. Buendia takes it from him. He finds Watkins. Watkins has gone down, but Coutinho carries on, and Coutinho spreads the ball out to. He spreads the ball out to Luca Dean. Luca Dean on the wing, and now Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz into Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins takes a shot, but it goes over the bar. 20 yards out, coming infield. Ollie Watkins there didn't really have too much time to take aim. He tried back and put it onto his left, but he didn't fancy going with the right, being forced out wide. Tried back inside, tried to bend it around Joe Linton, who was coming to block him. He beat Joe Linton, but too high, far too high with the shot. 5 goals this season. Joint top scorer for Aston Villa in the Premier League, Ollie Watkins. Be trying to get a few more and see if he can force his way back into Gareth Southgate's plans for the upcoming international break in March. Brian Fraser finds John Joe Shelby. John Joe Shelby in the middle. He has the ball stolen from him. It's Coutinho who wins it back. He finds Watkins. Watkins to Ramsey. Back to Watkins. Watkins 30 yards out from goal, but Shelby and Joe Linton to combine to take it from him. Newcastle look for Joe Willock, but overhit through ball. McGinn now out to Coutinho. Coutinho on the left wing. He comes in field. What can he do now? Looking for options. Coutinho, nice ball to Cash. Cash drives it hard across goal. But no one was there to turn it in. A really fierce drive there from Matty Cash. He's been one of the keys to the Aston Villa attack. They've been looking for him on that wing plenty of times as he goes into the box. Strikes the ball incredibly hard across goal. It's one of these ones where maybe he can find the bottom corner. Maybe it will find a teammate to turn it in. In the end, it found neither and went out for a goal kick. Now Aston Villa come forward over the halfway line, but Shelby picks the ball back up for Newcastle. Graf. Now Fraser with the cross. Looking for Joe Linton. Joe Linton on the volley. No, he brings it down. Finds that Max Man edge of the box. Tricks. No, nothing doing there. And a shot comes in. And it bobbles up. Deflected up and is gathered by Martinez. But the referee has brought the play back for a foul on the edge of the box, but to Aston Villa. So a perfect opportunity for Aston Villa to clear their lines. Martinez launches the free kick along down into the Newcastle half. But Dan Burn is there to cut it out. Emil Kraft now, fresh legs. Again, looking for Ryan Fraser. And he tries to feed the ball through to Chris Wood. But this time, Martinez comes out of his area and is much more clinical with his clearance. May have been a flag against... yes, there was, in fact, offside flag against Chris Wood. So a free kick to Villa. Louise and Mings over it. And Louise finds Luca Dean. Luca Dean inside to Coutinho. Coutinho tussling with John Joe Shelby. Shelby wins it. And Willock tries to beat John McGinn. And McGinn knocks it out for a throw-in for Newcastle inside the Villa half on this near touchline in front of the dugouts. It feels like we're just waiting for that moment of magic from Coutinho. He became a bit more lively right at the end of the first half. Maybe we're just waiting for that little bit of magic, see if he can unlock this Newcastle defence. Newcastle will be hoping he stays nice and quiet for the remainder of the game. Buendia now at the halfway line. Buendia looks for Cash. Cash cross. Coutinho tries to fight Coutinho, but Shelby just beats him to it. Coutinho was arriving late into the box to collect Matty Cash's cutback low cross along the ground. But John Joe Shelby also tracking back, just manages to turn it out and away for a throw. But here come Villa again, through the middle. Kraft away. Only as far as Chambers. But out of play harmlessly. It's all getting a bit niggly. It's all getting a little bit scrappy in the middle of the park. Villa now come away with it. Ramsey. Coutinho in the middle. Beats one. Gets away from Shelby. Now to Dean on the wing. Back into Coutinho inside. Ooh. Evades a couple of challenges. Now Luiz. Luiz to Ramsey. Back to Luiz. Coutinho picks it up. Now the referee has spotted something here. I think he's given a free kick to Aston Villa. I think there was no advantage coming, according to Craig Forson. I think just one of those niggly little challenges, probably from John Joe Shelby, was adjudged to have been a foul on Philippe Coutinho. So we are about 25 yards from goal, just left of centre as Aston Villa look at it. So Dubravka on his right-hand post, putting his wall together. Douglas Luiz and Luca Dina over this one. It definitely looks like Douglas Luiz has first bite at this one. 25 yards out. A good opportunity to get an effort on target. Let's see what he can do with this one. Here comes Luiz. Over the wall, but safely for Dubravka. Needed a second bite of that cherry, but fairly comfortably into his gloves. A good strike by Luiz, better than some of his earlier set-piece attempts from the first half. But straight down Dubravka's throat. And the big Slovakian goalkeeper is able to get his big paws behind that one. His goal kick. And it's a foul. Foul by John Joe Shelby this time. 10 yards inside the Aston Villa half. Luiz again to take this one. Plays it short to Tyrone Mings. John McGinn turns away from Joe Willock and plays the ball outside to Luca Dean. Luca Dean has some space to cut inside. He gets the ball back after his first attempt was blocked and his second attempt was blocked. It's out now on the wing with John McGinn. His pass is poor. It's cut out by John Joe Shelby. Now Ryan Fraser. Ryan Fraser into Joe Willock. To Alan Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin now with space. Saint-Maximin going again and again. He beats one challenge, but a great challenge by Tyrone Mings to recover. But only as far as Ryan Fraser on the left wing. Ryan Fraser now against Matty Cash. Gets his cross in, and John McGinn has to turn it away. Turn it behind for a corner to Newcastle United. That's the pressure that the team could be put under when Alan Saint-Maximin starts running with the ball. Just that 10-yard or so injection of pace that really set up the attack for Newcastle. Fraser's ball didn't look particularly dangerous, but Willock was coming in behind McGinn, and so McGinn just had to turn it behind. It was safety first there from the Scotland international. And his Scotland teammate, Ryan Fraser, has come over to take the corner. It's going to be an outswinger. All the usual players. Dan Byrne is in there. Paul Dove is in there. Joe Linton waiting to get ahead on this one. In comes Fraser's floated ball. Bird's there, up there. Where's it going to fall? It's cleared. And now Saint-Maximin on the wing. Can he get the ball in? He beats two. He looks like going to straight for the shot. Saint-Maximin! No, it's just wide. He cut inside from the wing. And his shot went through the crowd. And it took a deflection. If it's gone out for a corner, it's only half cleared again by Buendia. Recycled by Emil Kraft, who found... Oh, yes, it was well blocked by Matty Cash. The shot from Saint-Maximin. Second opportunity in as many minutes for Ryan Fraser to find one of his teammates. Here it comes, another floated effort. Burns there. Cleared away. Burn again with a header. Second half clearance from Aston Villa. Out as far as Willock. Willock out to Fraser. Fraser with the cross. Cleared. Saint-Maximin. Joe Linton takes it off him. Into Shelby. Shelby trying to find some space. Saint-Maximin on the wing again. Oh, and Jacob Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey does well. Up against Saint-Maximin and draws the foul and wins the free kick to relieve that Aston Villa pressure. And pressure on Aston Villa, I should say. It's very, very scrappy. A lot of pressure that Saint-Maximin was putting under the Aston Villa defence. And they're still having issues, Aston Villa, trying to get the ball out of their own half. We're approaching the hour mark. Newcastle United 1, Aston Villa 0 here on the commentary hub. Joe Linton in possession on the halfway line. Out to Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin with a chance to run down the wing. He finds Wood. Wood cannot bring the ball under his control. Aston Villa clear away again. But it's Newcastle in the ascendancy. They're looking for that second goal. 1 hour played at St. James's Park. Emil Kraft, he's really put himself about in his opening stages since he came on for Trippier. But now he's under a bit of pressure. He's got some defending to do. Up against Luca Dean. Back to Dean. Back to Dean on the wing. Dean, what can he do with this one? Low cross and it's blocked. That's the equaliser. That's the equaliser. There's no flag. And Ollie Watkins has turned it in for Aston Villa. Matty Cash. Luca Dean had some space down the wing. His ball was played in. And there was a shot that was blocked. I will just see who the shot was from. It was from Coutinho. Coutinho's shot was blocked. Coutinho's shot was blocked, but the rebound fell perfectly to Ollie Watkins inside the 60-yard box to head it in past a helpless Dubravka. We're just checking to see if he was onside. Coutinho's first-time effort was blocked by a central defender. And it fell perfectly onto the head of Ollie Watkins, and that's the equaliser. It seems like it was onside. And after all their pressure early in this second half, Newcastle look to have lost their lead, and Aston Villa are all of a sudden right back into this. We are still checking VAR. Here we go. Possibly the right leg of Ollie Watkins. When Coutinho's shot came in, he might just have been offside. Emil Kraft, about 15 yards away, may just have been playing him on. It's very difficult with the naked eye to see. We're going to have to get the pencils out and draw the lines, because this is incredibly close. And again, I think this one is going to take 1 or 2 minutes to resolve. Are Aston Villa level? Have Newcastle lost their lead? As it stands, they have. As it stands, it's 1-1. But there's going to be millimeters in this one, I feel. They are still just double-checking the exact moment that the ball left Coutinho's foot. Craig Pawson is speaking now with the VAR. Paul Tierney is the VAR official. And it looks as if this goal is going to be chalked off. Yes, confirmed, it's offside. Offside against Ollie Watkins. Just a couple of toes in it. But that's all it takes. Offside is offside. And the Newcastle supporters are cheering now like they've scored a second. Fist pumping, cheering. They look absolutely delighted, the Geordie faithful, but it's still Newcastle United 1, Aston Villa 0. Ollie Watkins' goal chalked off for offside. Smile wiped from Steven Gerrard's face, at least for the moment. So Ollie Watkins stays on 5 Premier League goals for the season. Martin Dubravka gets us underway again with the free kick. But let's see how that goal has... Let's see what that's done to Aston Villa. They are coming forward again. And again, it's Luca Dean. Luca Dean with the cross. Tries to find Buendia. Oh, Buendia. The quite short figure, but manages to get high and heads it over. Looping header over the bar. But again, a good effort from Aston Villa. They've soaked up that Newcastle pressure very well, it seems, and are really now the momentum is with them. Delighted Newcastle faces in the crowd. They've held on to their lead for now. Ollie Watkins tackling with Dan Burn. Burn wins out this time. Now Buendia draws a foul from Joe Willock. And here comes Aston Villa now. There seems to be much more urgency about their play. John McGinn over the halfway line to Coutinho. Coutinho beats Emil Kraft out on the wing. John McGinn down the wing again. Oh, and Luca Dean is upended by Ryan Fraser. And now the two guys again. Yes, the referee's played advantage. Watkins back to goal, 25 yards out. Oh, that looked like a very soft foul. But the Dan Burn has been booked by Craig Pawson. Okay. It looked like a very soft foul. He did have two hands on the back of Ollie Watkins. Watkins stumbled, but I'm not really sure if that merited a yellow card. But nonetheless, Dan Burn on his first start for Newcastle since his move from Brighton has his name taken by Craig Pawson. Buendia plays it short. Now the cross comes in, but it's overhit. Well overhit again by John McGinn. Look, for the first 15 minutes or so of the second half, that Newcastle were going to be the ones to get the second goal of this game. Last 5 or 6 minutes, there's been a real shift. It's all Aston Villa at the moment. Let's see how Eddie Howe's side can respond. They've already been forced to use... Oh, I was just about to say they've already been forced to use 2 substitutes. And now Martin Dubravka is down. Seems to be holding his toe. His right foot. Got his gloves nursing the big toe on his right foot. I'm not really sure if this is a time-wasting attempt or if there's any real injury. Nonetheless, the physio has come on to attend to him. "67 minutes are in the books. We're approaching the final quarter of the 90. Carl Darlow, who played 8 Premier League matches between September and November, is on the bench, an experienced replacement should Dubravka have to go off. He is back on his feet now, though. I think, given the situation with the Newcastle substitutes, they're not going to take any chances. Dubravka's going to be forced to carry on for as long as possible. Gingerly retrieves the ball and is getting ready to take a goal kick. So let's see what he does with this one. Let's see if he can strike his right foot through it. Or maybe he'll go short again. He goes long with the right foot. Bit of a grimace, but he seems okay. And he manages to find Chris Wood. And the ball actually finds its way to Joe Linton. Joe Linton with a bit of a high foot, though. High foot from Joe Linton. And he almost caught Buendia, but it was enough for the referee to give a free kick Aston Villa's way. which has found its way to Tyrone Mings. Mings to John McGinn in the left back position. Coutinho, who finds Luca Dean in the more attacking role. McGinn tussling with Joe Willock, and it's a foul given against the Newcastle man. Tyrone Mings. Philippe Coutinho. Coutinho going left to Dean. It's handball given against Emil Kraft. He was put under pressure there by Luca Dean, who tried to knock the ball past him. It just caught the hand of Kraft, I think quite accidentally, no yellow card. And Dean now wide on the left wing, about 40 yards out, to whip this one in for Aston Villa. In it comes now, looking for Mings. Buendia is in there as well. Coutinho out as far as McGinn. McGinn on the wing again. Matty Cash. Cash against Joe Linton. Good tackle by Joe Linton. The ball is out for a corner. Aston Villa corner. Just over 20 minutes to go here at St James's Park. Backs to the wall. Backs to the wall now for Newcastle. Luca Dean comes across to take the corner. Callum Chambers is unmarked, right on top of Dubravka at the moment. Plenty of Aston Villa players within the 6-yard box. Philippe Coutinho and Matty Cash on the edge of the box. In it comes now. Cleared by Joe Linton. Out as far as McGinn. Back to Dean. Dean with the cross. Looking for Watkins. But Byrne beats him to it. Now Luiz. Coutinho. Luiz on the wing. In comes another ball. Oh, great pass into Luca Dean. Dean with, oh no, he was, I'm not sure, the free kick's been awarded there. There was a tussle off the ball between Dan Byrne and Tyrone Mings. I think it was spotted there by the assistant. The assistant flagged for it when the ball was actually on the other side of the 18-yard box. The referee's going to have words with Mings and Dean. Mings and Byrne, I should say. See what happened there. So Luiz went to float the ball forward to Dean, and yeah, just a bit of a scrap between the two centre backs. Just a bit of handbags between the two. Don't think it would have made too much of a difference. Now what's going on here is Mings needs a change of shirt. I think was ripped a little bit by Dan Byrne. Mings playing with no number. And the first substitution for Aston Villa. Emi Buendia is off. And he's being replaced by Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey back from a thigh injury that's kept him out recently. And also Danny Ings is on. Danny Ings is replacing Ollie Watkins. Now, two changes now for either side. Danny Ings looking to get Aston Villa back into this. He's got 4 Premier League goals now for the season. He's on in that centre forward position to replace Watkins. Let's see what Villa can do with this. Coutinho is on the wing. Coutinho looking for Dean on the overlap, but cut out. Here come Villa down the wing. Down the right wing, it's Matty Cash. Matty Cash with 2 Newcastle defenders for company. He finds Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey with his first touches. He beat Joe Linton, and then Joe Linton is adjudged to have dragged him back. Joe Linton protesting his innocence. I think he can have no complaints. Bailey beat him, and it was he got 2 hands around him, Joe Linton. It's nothing much to complain about there. The referee is coming over to the touchline. Let's have a word with someone to have a look at something. Still having a word. He's having a word with Eddie Howe. Fourth official Mike Dean is down there as well. I'm not exactly sure what the commotion is all about. Yeah, players are all coming over to have a bit of a drinks break. So we've got just over 15 minutes to go here on the commentary hubs. Delayed commentary of this Premier League fixture. Newcastle United 1, Aston Villa 0. Players just taking a breather, getting some fluids on board. I think we'll be back underway very shortly. A really crucial 15 minutes for both sides. They look to continue their upturn in form since they changed their manager. Aston Villa have earned 17 points under Steven Gerrard in his 11 games so far this season, whereas they got just 10 under Dean Smith in their first 11. So a bit of a new manager bounce. I think you can still call it that. But the results are there. The results are there to be seen. And of course, no wins under Steve Bruce for Newcastle. And Eddie Howe's Newcastle have managed 3 since his takeover back in November. Of course, Dean Smith's Aston Villa invested fairly heavily in the summer, signed the likes of Bailey and Emi Buendia as well. They need a bit more of return for that investment, and they're getting that under Steven Gerrard, but not so far today. They do have a free kick in a dangerous position. Luca Dean is going to whip this one in. Again, Coutinho on the edge of the box. John McGinn waiting to pick up any pieces. Mings and Louise are in there, as is Danny Ings. But the free kick is blocked by the two-man wall. Two-man wall did its job for Villa, and not too much of a threat in the end. But now the ball comes back in and cleared away for a throw. No, for a corner. Did look like a throw. It was right down in the corner. But cleared away by Paul Dummett. Another attempt now for Dean to put a dangerous ball into the box. Aston Villa's 5th corner of the game. In it comes. Mings is there. Joe Linton's there, but it's cleared over the bar by Joe Linton. I think it might have come off his back or off his shoulder. Don't think he got a clear contact on that with his head. Another corner then for Aston Villa. And again, plenty of handbags, plenty for the referee to sort out before it can be taken. Callum Chambers in there again, causing problems. In it comes. Doesn't be the first man. And eventually Newcastle cleared, and Maximan had space to run into. Quickly, Aston Villa get players around him, and he does with the free kick. Craig Pawson took a bit of time to decide that one. He does award the free kick for Sir Maximan. The judge should be fouled by Douglas Luiz. It's just those quick bursts of energy from Sir Maximan that really can shift momentum. And now, after a sustained spell of pressure, Newcastle have a chance to breathe again and see if they can build another attack. Martin Dubravka is going to take the free kick. all of the Newcastle outfield players either on the halfway line or over it. And again, of course, Chris Wood is the target for Dubravka. He knocks it down very nicely to Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin on the right wing, but this time Luis does get the better of him. Saint-Maximin won't give it up, though. And eventually the ball goes out for a goal kick. Martinez takes it quickly and short to Mings. He finds Coutinho. Back to McGinn. McGinn forward. Looking for Danny Ings. And Danny Ings is just being fouled by Fabian Schär. The bandageless Fabian Schär. He just wore his bandage on over that cut until half-time. It's much easier to spot for me, but oh goodness, very poor pass for John McGinn from the free kick, gives it straight to the opponent, and Tyrone Mings has to cut the ball out. Ryan Fraser was looking dangerous down the wing. Mings calling for calm there, but a real wasted opportunity from Aston Villa. Very poor free kick from McGinn. Emil Kraft, the Swede, to take a free kick on level with the edge of the area. Fraser knocks it back to Kraft. Another free kick, this time conceded by John McGinn. Another throw-in, I should say, not a free kick. Kraft is getting ready to line another one up. 10 minutes of the 90 are remaining at St. James's Park. Newcastle still with that one goal advantage. Kraft. And Willer can't really do anything with that one. And it's gone out of play. Emi Martinez has already got the ball ready for his goal kick, which he takes short to Luca Dean. Dean back to Mings. Mings long. Not long enough. Newcastle win it back inside the Villa half. But Fraser cannot do too much with that one. And Luis comes away. Luis, he's looking for. It's cut out by Dubravka. But Jacob Ramsey was running onto that one, and for the third time today, the goalkeepers are having to come out their area to do the defensive duties. Dubravka beat Ramsey to it. A lovely through ball there by Luis. He's overhit or underhit a couple of balls in this game, but that one was right on the money. Just Dubravka is very, very alert. Tangling with Mings. Ramsey. Chopped down by John Joe Shelby. And he's going to have his name taken. John Joe Shelby into the book. No complaints again. Ramsey beat Joe Linton. Knocked the ball over the halfway line. And Shelby took him out. And that's what they call taking one for the team. Matty Cash forward. Looking for Danny Ings. Oh, and Schär and Byrne missed it. But Ings just couldn't bring it under control. It was a little bit too long for him, but a great ball into a dangerous area from Cash. From wide out, about 40 yards out from goal. Just overcooked that one for Danny Ings. So we're into the 83rd minute of the contest. Aston Villa still looking for that equaliser. Newcastle still looking to put the game to bed. I think this one's going down to the wire. Chris Wood wins the goal kick again. And yet again, Tyrone Mings is equal to it. Paul Dummett with the throw-in over the halfway line, onto the head of Chris Wood. But no one to retrieve his knockdown. No real pressure being put onto Emi Martinez now in goal. Tyrone Mings brings the ball forward, knocks it over the halfway line. Danny Ings collects. Ings back. No, he's cut out by Ramsey as he looked for Mings. Ramsey again. Danny Ings tracks back. Concedes the throw in. In the other Premier League match, taking place at the moment. The Premier League matches, I should say. Wolves are beating Tottenham Hotspur 2-0, and Liverpool are 1-0 up against bottom of the table Burnley. So as it stands, Newcastle are going 4 points clear at the bottom of the Premier League table. Still in 17th, only 1 point now behind Everton. Still a long way to go in this game. With 84 minutes gone as John McGinn comes off, and he's being replaced by Carney Chukwuemeka, the 18-year-old, making his Premier League debut. Big moments for him. The young English midfielder. Interesting background, Chukwuemeka. He was born in Austria to Nigerian parents, but he is captain the England under-19 side. He's getting his big moment now. He's on for his final 5.5 minutes of this contest, replacing McGinn. Final throw of the dice from Steven Gerrard. So, as I was saying, Newcastle staying in 17th, but crucially 4 points clear of Norwich as it stands. Aston Villa staying 11th. Will remain 2 points behind Southampton. They got an opportunity. They'll need 2 late goals if they're going to find themselves in the top half of the Premier League table again tonight. Not looking that way at the moment. Douglas Luiz takes a quick throw in. Back to Tyrone Mings. Chambers is looking for options. Goes long. Looking for Danny Ings. Danny Ings running on. He collects it. Danny Ings feeds Luca Dean. Luca Dean to the box. But offside given. Offside given against Luca Dean. In fact, it was the original. Yes, it was the original through ball from the game that Chambers played to Danny Ings. And the linesmen, as they do now, are waiting for the passage of play to finish before putting their flag up. Eddie Howe is on the touchline, trying to get every ounce of effort out of his players. Newcastle are 4 minutes plus added time away from that elusive 3rd straight Premier League win, and Alan Maximan is cutting in. He puts the cross in. It's cleared away by Chambers, and out for a throw-in. Oh no, referee is actually given a free kick. Bit of a tangle there. Leon Bailey wins the free kick, and here come Villa over the halfway line. Ramsey's ball is cut out, and Dan Burn has the chance to clear, which he does. Looking for Sam Maximan, but too long for him. Chambers knocks it back for Martinez. We've got a grandstand finish here on Tyneside. You're listening to the Commentary Hub. We've got 3 minutes plus added time to go at the end of this one. Still Newcastle lead by that Kieran Trippier goal to 0. And Danny Ings wins the ball and gives it to Douglas Luiz on the halfway line. Luiz finds Cash. Cash to Bailey on the wing. Bailey cuts inside, plays a cross-field ball. Has he overhit? He has. He's overhit that one. Looking to switch wings with Luca Dean. It was a nice idea, and Dean puts his hand up to commend him for it. But it was just too long for Dean to reach. Emil Kraft is going to take as long as he possibly can over this throw-in. Well inside his own half. Gives the ball a bit of a wipe. Throws the ball down the wing. Fraser tussling with Mings. Mings to Dean. Luiz. Douglas Luiz loses out and then fouls the man who took the ball from him, Joe Willock, and he is booked by the referee. Bit of frustration there creeping in for Douglas Luiz. He just tried to do too much with it. Willock took it from him, And then a really poor challenge. Douglas Luiz had a big handful of the shirt and pulled the young Englishman down. Newcastle still going for this winner. It's Alisson Maximan cutting infield once again, beating two men. Now centre of the box. Willock into the box. He's got space to shoot. He does. It's blocked. The ball is blocked, and eventually Jacob Ramsey manages to win a free kick for Aston Villa. We are into the 90th minute. 90 minutes of normal time. We're going to have a few minutes added on. We had another big VAR check for that Ollie Watkins offside goal. So plenty of time for that equaliser for Villa, and they're coming forward again. Chukwuemeka. Back to Chambers. Chambers brings it forward again, as he has done for most of this half. But no options here. Cash gives him the ball back. Chambers into Coutinho, into Ramsey. Ramsey gets away from Joe Linton. Now Coutinho. 30 yards from goal. Oh, Coutinho had a shot, but it was blocked by Willock. And it's come back to Coutinho. This time he finds Ings. Ings edge of the box. He tries to feed it through to Chukwuemeka. But that was asking far too much of the young midfielder. And Martin Dubravka has the ball in his grasp. We've got 7 minutes added on. 7 minutes at the end of this one. So plenty of time for everything to change. Five minutes added on the end of the first half. 7 at the second. I'm not sure how much more my boys can take, to be honest. But let's see how this one goes. Let's see how this plays out. Dan Burn heads the way for Newcastle. Only as far as Bailey. And Bailey is a judge to have raised his foot a bit too high in the direction of Paul Dummett's face. And Dummett wins a free kick. Oh, it was actually into his stomach where Bailey's foot went. 1 minute of the 7 have elapsed. Eddie Howe is bringing on his third substitute of the game. And we'll bring that for you in a minute as play still continues. Joe Linton holds the ball up briefly, but then loses it under pressure. And the ball goes out. And now the substitution will be made. Final throw of the dice for Eddie Howe. And it's Joe Willock who is making his way off. He's going to take plenty of time over this. He takes a warm reception from the Newcastle crowd. And he is being replaced by another of the January arrivals for Newcastle since the Saudi Public Investment Fund bought the club. It's Bruno Aguimarish. Aguimarish, who made his debut from the bench against Everton in midweek. Plenty of experience for the young man. He's 24 years old. Came from Lyon for around £40 million. So he's a central defensive midfielder, Brazilian. And let's see what kind of impact he can have for the remaining minutes of this game. So Guimaraes replaces Willock, much more of a defensive swap. At the 93-minute mark, Dubravka's goal kick goes forward, and now it looks as if Newcastle are trying to settle for just the one goal. Emil Kraft gets it away, just knocks the ball out of play. It's Aston Villa throw-in on the near side. On their left wing, Douglas Luiz has the ball. He goes infield to Callum Chambers. Chambers across to Cash. Cash in space. Jolinson coming across. But Cash gets the cross in, and it's straight into the gloves of Martin Dubravka. And you just wonder how many more opportunities Villa are going to have in this game. They've only failed to score once. They've only failed to score once in Steven Gerrard's tenure, and that was in a 1-0 defeat to Liverpool. Is this their second 1-0 defeat? Gerrard never lost here as a player. Unbeaten his whole Liverpool career at St James Park. Is he about to taste his first defeat? Chukwuemeka is going to see what he can do about that. He finds Coutinho. Back to Chukwuemeka. Overhit. Cleared by Fraser. Out for an Aston Villa throw. About 25 yards out. On the near side. We're inside the 5th minute of the additional 7 added on. Chambers is commanding that centre circle spot as he has done for most of the second half. Plays the ball to Cash. Cash back to Bailey. Bailey and Ramsey are not singing from the same hymn sheet. And Bailey plays it behind Ramsey. And as Newcastle tries to break, foul is committed on Saint-Maximin. And Newcastle can relieve the pressure again. And it's Bailey who brought him down, and he has gone into the book. Another yellow card. 3 apiece now. Bailey, Louisa McGinn for Villa. Shelvey, Jolinson, and Dan Burn for Newcastle. We're nearly at the 11th hour now, as Newcastle try to get as deep into Aston Villa territory as they can. They find Chris Wood. Back to Saint-Maximin. He does his usual trick of beating about 3 players as he cuts inside, and he's going to find his way to the box. Saint-Maximin deflected, and the shot finds his way into the gloves of the diving Martinez. Aston Villa survived. Another Saint-Maximin run and shot. Whistles now from the Geordie faithful, but there's still well over a minute of the initial 7 to play. Chukwuemeka has Shelvey for company. Now Douglas Luiz, what can he do? Tyrone Mings is on the wing, and he's poor ball, but Ramsey keeps it alive. What can Ings do? Finds Bailey again, now Ings. Out to Dean on the wing, Dean's cross, blocked. And Newcastle's just about to get the ball clear. Aguimarish manages to get the head and is fouled in the process. It's another yellow card. Ramsey into the book. So Aston Villa now winning the yellow card count 4-3. But much more importantly, they are losing this match. The initial 7 minutes have 10 seconds to go. How much added time will be added to that original 7? We've had stoppages, we've had a substitution. But Newcastle, most importantly, have the ball. They've wasted that free kick. They've just sent it straight out of play into the Aston Villa half. Villa really needs to go for broke here. Let's see what they can do. Chambers launches it long, looking for Danny Ings. And it's cut out. Cher gets it away. The referee looks at his watch, and that's it. Newcastle United have done it. A 3rd Premier League win in a row for the first time since 2018. They held out. They survived the Aston Villa pressure. They survived Ollie Watkins' goal being ruled out for a marginal offside. They soaked up plenty of pressure, but you have to say they deserved it. They went looking for that second goal. They didn't just sit back. They couldn't quite find that second goal, but the overall performance from Newcastle, I think, was just about deserving of the 3 points. Aston Villa often a bit sloppy in defence. They couldn't create too much for Dubravka to deal with. And it's Newcastle who go home smiling here. It's a fantastic win for them. They beat Everton in midweek. They beat Leeds on the road. And it's another home win for the Gallowgate end
to celebrate. It's finished here at St James's Park. Newcastle United 1, Aston Villa 0. I'm Yancy Thomas for the Commentary Hub. Thank you for joining me this afternoon.